Welcome to Trending Unpack, where we explore what people are searching for and why it matters. And today, oh wow, we are absolutely buzzing about something. It's kind of taken over, well, all the feeds, right? The 2025 MTV Video Music Awards.
Oh, definitely. It's everywhere.
Seriously, it feels like the second those nominations hit, the whole pop culture world just sort of tilted.
Yeah, there's a real shift.
There's this palpable energy, a definite hum. It feels like more than just the usual award show lead up this time.
You're totally spot on. The VMAs, they've always had this knack for grabbing the zeitgeist, haven't they? Reflecting that raw, sometimes rebellious vibe of pop music and youth culture.
Right.
But this year, the buzz feels, I don't know, louder, amplified. It's not just like who got nominated. It's about what that list and all the changes surrounding it, what they actually mean for the whole industry.
And that's exactly what we want to get into today. We're going to unpack why the VMAs are trending so hard right now. We'll kick things off with why the nominations made such immediate waves.
Okay.
Then look at the details, the venue, how you can watch it, those really interesting new categories.
Yeah, those are key.
From there, spotlight the artist leading the pack, maybe some surprises too.
Always some surprises with the VMAs.
Totally. And of course, you can't talk VMAs without getting into the fan stuff, the controversies.
The drama.
And, who didn't make the list. Sometimes that causes even more noise.
Often does.
Ultimately, we're trying to figure out what this whole event tells us about where music culture and entertainment is actually heading.
Right.
Because the VMAs, they really do hold up a mirror, don't they?
It's more than a mirror. I think it's almost like a crystal ball for what's coming next.
Ooh, I like that.
The VMAs have always been less about, super formal recognition.
Right, not like the Grammys sometimes.
Exactly. More about cultural impact, the visuals, that raw performance energy. So when their nominations drop, it's not just a list of names, it's like a declaration.
A declaration of what?
Of what's cutting through, what's actually hitting people, Who's defining the sound, the look of pop culture right now?
That makes the nomination list itself a huge trending topic.
Absolutely. It dictates the conversation for months before the show even happens.
You can just feel that starting now, can't you? That momentum building, like the starting gun for a big cultural moment.
Totally.
So let's get right into it. Why are the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards trending now?
Well, like you said, the biggest, most immediate reason is that official announcement. The nominees.
Right.
And this isn't just some quiet little press release anymore,
Oh, right.
It's a whole orchestrated thing designed to get fans talking instantly.
And it worked.
Oh, absolutely. The second those lists were out, social media just exploded. X, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit.
Everywhere. Music sites, too.
Completely. And people weren't just reading. They were like instantly analyzing, celebrating. Debating. Definitely complaining.
Oh, the complaints are half the fun.
It's part of the ritual, arguing about who got snubbed.
It's that immediate hit, isn't it? The nomination reveal. You wait for it, then boom.
Yeah.
And suddenly everyone's got an opinion, everyone's a critic, or a cheerleader for their fave.
Exactly. It becomes this big shared thing. Even if you don't like the same artists, you're talking about the same list.
Yeah, it connects everyone for a minute.
And the thing about the VMAs, specifically, is they often feel like a really good barometer for what's actually popular right now. Like industry power shifts.
More than some other award shows.
I think so. Sometimes, other shows can feel a bit more traditional. Or looking back, the VMAs tend to jump on what's hot now, what's hitting with younger people, digital audiences. They embrace the viral stuff, the genre-bending artists.
So that list isn't just good videos, it's who's defining the moment.
Pretty much. Who's capturing the zeitgeist, sound and look, and that's why it trends so hard. It sets the whole story leading up to the actual awards night.
Sets the tone completely. Okay, speaking of the actual event, let's get down to the specifics. The when and where.
All right. So the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards are officially happening Sunday, September 7th, 2025.
Got it. September 7th. And the venue?
It's back at the UBS Arena, Elmont, New York.
Ah, okay. Second year in a row there, right?
That's right. And the venue choice itself is, well, it's pretty interesting. Strategic, even.
How so?
Well, UBS Arena is new, like really new. Opened late 2021.
Okay.
State-of-the-art, seats around, 18,500 people, so it's got the scale.
Big enough for the spectacle?
Exactly. And it has all the tech, advanced projection, amazing sound systems, stuff you need for those huge VMA performances.
Things maybe older arenas struggle with.
Could be harder, yeah. This place is built for big visual shows.
And location-wise? Elmont?
It's just outside Manhattan, but still right in that massive New York media hub.
So easy for talent to get to, production crews.
Right, and it still generates that kind of high-energy, modern feel the VMAs always go for.
Makes sense. You want the venue to match the vibe. But it's not just about the building itself anymore, is it? The whole broadcast and streaming plan seems huge this year.
Oh, absolutely. That's a really critical piece of the puzzle.
We're talking live, simultaneous airing on CBS.
Traditional broadcast.
MTV, the cable home.
Yep.
And streaming on Paramount Plus screen. That's like hitting every possible screen.
It's a full court press. And honestly, it tells you a lot about where live events, especially award shows, have to go now.
Explain that. Why CBS?
Well, think about who watches CBS. It potentially pulls in a more mainstream audience, traditional TV viewers.
People who maybe aren't tuning into MTV regularly anymore.
Exactly, or maybe never did. It taps into that habit of watching network TV on a Sunday night. It broadens the reach significantly, potentially brings in older viewers or just general audiences who know of the VMAs but aren't deep in the current scene.
Okay, so CBS is about broadening the base, maybe recapturing some of that older mainstream vibe the VMAs used to have.
Could be part of it. Then you look at Paramount Plus. That's crucial.
For the younger crowd.
Totally. The cord cutters, the cord nevers, people who live on streaming.
Right. They're not watching cable necessarily.
Or broadcast. They consume stuff on demand, often on phones or tablets. Putting it on Paramount Plus makes it instantly accessible to them where they already are.
So it's meeting different audiences on their own turf.
Precisely. And for Paramount Plus, it's a big draw too, right? Drive subscriptions, maybe offer some exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff.
Smart. So it's not just about watching the show, it's a strategy for the platform too.
Definitely. It's all about maximizing eyeballs and, crucially, cultural impact in a world where media is so scattered.
Right. You can't just be on one channel anymore and expect everyone to show up.
No way. You have to be everywhere. This multi-platform thing aims for maximum saturation, making sure those big moments, the performances, the speeches, the fashion, get seen by as many people as possible.
And then shared, clipped, memed.
Exactly. It feeds the whole ecosystem long after the live show ends. It's how you stay relevant.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. And speaking of relevance and keeping up with the times, let's talk about the awards themselves. Some big changes there.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
2 brand new fan-voted categories, Best Country Artist and Best Pop Artist.
Mm-hmm.
And the really key detail, they're gender neutral.
That is a very big deal. And super timely.
Let's unpack that. Why these categories and why now? Starting with country. That feels significant for the VMAs.
It's huge, monumental almost. For years, country music felt like it was in its own bubble, award-wise.
Right, separate from the pop mainstream shows like this.
But think about the last few years. Massive crossover hits. Artists blending country with pop, hip-hop, Lil Nas X, obviously.
Casey Musgraves, too, reaching wider audiences.
Exactly. And even more recently, you have huge stars like Beyoncé making waves in the country space. The lines are just blurring like crazy.
So the VMAs are basically catching up to reality, acknowledging that country isn't just niche anymore.
Pretty much. It's acknowledging its massive influence on the broader pop landscape, fashion, viral sounds on TikTok, everything.
It's part of the main conversation now.
Undeniably.
Yeah.
So adding this category is the VMAs saying, okay, we see you, we recognize this isn't separate anymore. It's also smart strategy, right?
How so?
Tapping into that huge, really engaged country fan base, bringing them into the VMA fold in a direct way. They might have overlooked the show before, but now they have a stake in it.
Right, a reason to watch and vote. And the gender-neutral aspect, that feels very intentional.
Absolutely. Very deliberate. It's a direct response to all the conversations happening everywhere about inclusivity, representation.
In music, in award shows, across the board.
Yeah. Getting rid of those traditional male-female categories is a big statement.
Why is it so significant?
Well, for one, it moves away from these often kind of arbitrary binary boxes. What about non-binary artists?
Right. It opens it up.
It aims for a more level playing field, judging artists on their work, their impact within the genre, not their gender.
Which feels more modern, more equitable.
It does. It aligns the VMAs with other big shows, like the Grammys in some categories, that have already made this shift.
So it's progressive, but also becoming more of an industry standard.
Sort of heading that way. It positions the VMAs as, forward-thinking, responding to culture, maybe even shaping it a bit.
And making them fan-voted categories, too? That doubles down on engagement, doesn't it?
Oh, completely. That's classic VMAs. Giving the power, or at least some power, directly to the fans.
Which means?
It means instant social media buzz. Fan armies mobilizing, campaigning, debating online.
Free marketing.
Basically, it gets people invested. They feel like they have a direct say. It fuels that whole cycle of hype leading up to the show. It's genius for keeping the conversation going.
It really is. Okay, so we've got the context, the why it's trending, the structural shifts. Now let's get to the names, the nominations themselves, who really jumped out this year.
All right, let's get into the standout nominations and maybe the surprises. And leading the entire pack. No huge surprise, maybe, but still amazing. Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
A record 12 nominations for her this year.
12. That's incredible.
And what's wild is this is the third time she's topped the VMA nomination list.
Okay, that's legendary status right there.
Yeah.
It's not just one good year, it's sustained dominance.
Exactly. It says so much about her ability to constantly reinvent, to push boundaries visually and sonically, and just stay incredibly relevant, especially at the VMAs, which are all about the now.
Yeah, to keep hitting that mark is amazing.
Yeah.
12 noms. What kind of categories would that even cover for someone like her? It has to be broad.
Oh, absolutely. For Gaga, it's the whole package. She's not just singing songs, she's creating entire visual worlds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'd expect the big ones, Video of the Year, Artist of the Year, Best Pop, maybe collaborations.
Sure.
But then it goes deeper. Best Direction, Cinematography, Art Direction, Visual Effects. Maybe even Video for Good. Her videos are often like mini-movies.
So she gets recognized for the craft, the technical side, just as much as the song itself.
Totally. It reflects that total artistic vision she brings.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Close behind her, you said.
Yep. Close behind, another name you definitely expect to see up there, Bruno Mars.
Mr. Consistency. How many for him?
11 nominations.
11, okay. So neck and neck almost. What does his strong showing represent? He's different from Gaga, stylistically?
Very different, but equally consistent in his own way. Bruno Mars is about, sheer excellence in pop and R&B craftsmanship. Often with that retro, funky vibe, but somehow always feels fresh. He just nails it every time.
Great performer, too.
Unbelievable performer, and his videos reflect that. Lots of dance, high energy.
So his nominations probably cover similar ground. Big categories plus technical.
Yeah, Video and Artist of the Year, Best R&B, Best Pop for sure. But then you'd see things like Best Choreography, maybe Best Editing. His videos are tight.
He shows that incredible musicality and showmanship still cuts through massively.
Always. He appeals across the board.
Okay, and then another major player, Kendrick Lamar.
Yep, Kendrick with a really strong showing, too. 10 nominations.
10. Wow. That really highlights hip-hop's continued weight at the VMAs, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Kendrick's presence, especially with that many nominations, is huge. It shows hip-hop isn't just commercially dominant, but critically respected within the VMA space, too.
And his work is often so deep, so artistic.
Exactly. He's not just chasing viral hits. His videos are often incredibly cinematic, packed with meaning, complementing his lyrics.
So the VMAs are recognizing that depth, not just the bangers.
Definitely. It shows they value artistry that challenges you, makes you think. He often gets nods for things like Video for Good, Best Direction.
Yeah.
It reflects the substance there.
It's great to see that balance. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Rising stars, any new forces making a big splash this year?
Yes. And this is where it gets really interesting, seeing who's breaking through. Two names really stand out. Rosé and Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay. Both with how many?
Both secured 8 nominations each.
8 each. That's huge for artists who aren't quite at that Gaga, Bruno, Kendrick level of establishment yet. What does Rosé's presence signal?
Well, Rosé, obviously known globally as part of Blackpink, but also killing it with her solo stuff.
Right.
Her nominations are a massive nod to the unstoppable rise of K-pop and its huge influence on Western pop culture.
It feels like more than just the best K-pop category now.
Exactly. It's integration. It shows the VMAs are recognizing artists whose appeal is truly global, crossing language barriers. It's about the power of those huge dedicated fandoms, too.
And the visual artistry in K-pop is often insane.
Top tier. So her strong showing isn't a shock to fans, but seeing her name up there with 8 nominations alongside the biggest U.S. stars, that feels like a real breakout moment for the mainstream VMA audience.
Yeah, a sign of true global integration. And Sabrina Carpenter, what's her story this year?
Sabrina's fascinating. She represents that blend of like traditional pop star talent.
Great songs, great voice.
Totally. But combined with absolutely explosive viral success driven by social media.
TikTok famous, basically.
Well, yeah, her songs became massive sounds on TikTok, Instagram, soundtracking, everything. That translates directly to streams, to cultural buzz.
So her nominations show the VMAs recognizing that new pathway to fame, where internet virality leads to mainstream success.
I think so. It shows they see artists who are mastering that current landscape, building authentic fan connections online that turn into real-world hits.
It's classic pop star meets modern digital strategy.
Exactly. Her 8 nominations really cement her as a major new force in pop, especially with that Gen Z connection.
Wow, so the list really covers the icons, the established stars, the global shifts, and the digitally driven breakouts.
It's a pretty dynamic snapshot of right now.
Definitely makes for an exciting show. Okay, so we've got the big nominees, the rising stars. It all sounds very exciting. But let's be real. Award shows always come with a side of drama.
Always. Sometimes the drama is the main event.
Totally. So let's get into the fan reactions, the inevitable controversies, and maybe the biggest head-scratchers, the noteworthy absences. Who got left out that got people talking?
This is where things get really interesting online, for sure. And one of the loudest conversations this year, surprisingly maybe, was about Addison Rae not being nominated.
Ah, okay. I saw some chatter about that. Why was that such a big deal?
Well, it taps right into that ongoing thing about social media stars crossing over into music.
Right. She has a massive online following. Millions and millions.
Exactly. And her fans are incredibly loyal, incredibly engaged. When someone with that kind of platform releases music, the expectation from the fan base is huge. They see the streaming numbers, the views.
And expect that to translate into traditional recognition, like a VMA nomination.
Precisely. So when her name wasn't on the list, for her fans, it felt like a snub. Like, how could someone with this much impact be ignored?
So it sparked debate about what legitimacy.
Yeah, pretty much. It highlights this tension. Does massive online fame automatically equal musical credibility in the eyes of the industry? Or award shows like the VMAs?
What were the arguments? Fans saying she deserved it based on reach?
Mostly, yeah. Fans pointed to her viral success, her engagement, arguing that's what pop culture is now, and the VMAs should reflect that. They felt it was an unfair dismissal.
And the other side, critics or traditionalists?
Well, you had others, maybe more traditional music folks or critics, arguing that maybe the music videos or songs themselves hadn't quite hit the artistic or technical bar usually expected for a VMA nom.
So follower count isn't everything.
That was the counter-argument, that nominations should still be based on the quality of the video, the song, the overall artistry, not just popularity metrics. It opened up that whole can of worms about how we define success and merit in music today.
It's a really fascinating clash between new media power and old industry standards.
Definitely. A perfect example of how the digital age is shaking things up.
Okay, shifting gears from snubs to
Yeah.
rumors and hopes. Britney Spears.
Ah, Britney. Always a topic, especially around the VMAs.
There were tons of rumors, right, that she was approached to perform this year.
Widespread rumors, yeah. Almost like wishful thinking online. People were really buzzing about the possibility.
And then came the confirmation. She's not performing.
Correct. That was clarified. No Britney performance at the 2025 VMAs.
Why did those rumors catch fire so intensely? What is it about Britney and the VMAs specifically?
Oh, it's history. Deep history. The VMA stage is practically synonymous with Britney's most iconic career moments.
The snake.
The snake, absolutely. The kiss with Madonna.
Even the more controversial comeback performance.
Right. They're all legendary VMA moments, for better or worse. That stage is where she defined eras, pushed boundaries, created headlines. It's her stage, in a way.
So the idea of her returning there, especially now.
Especially now, after everything. It taps into this huge wave of nostalgia, fascination with her journey, and this collective hope for her to have this big, triumphant comeback moment on that specific stage.
It feels like fans wanting to see her reclaim that space.
Totally. Her legacy is just immense. People are so invested in her story, her resilience, her freedom. Any link between her and the VMAs automatically sparks intense excitement and support.
So even the confirmation that she isn't performing just underlines how powerful her connection to that show still is.
Exactly. It didn't kill the buzz. It just highlighted her enduring star power and the emotional connection fans have with her and her VMA history. She's a true pop culture icon, and her VMA pass is a huge part of that. She embodies that unpredictable VMA spirit.
Absolutely monumental. It really shows how much those legendary moments matter and how fans crave seeing history made or even just revisited. The past is always present at the VMAs.
Okay, this has been a really great look at the specifics, the nominees, the changes, the online buzz. But let's pull back for the bigger picture now. What does all of this, the nominations, the strategies, the controversies, tell us more broadly about music culture and where things are headed?
That's the crucial question, right? Because the VMAs really do act as this snapshot, this reflection of the evolving shape of pop culture. How so? Give us some examples from what we've discussed.
Okay, well, look at the top nominees again. Gaga, Bruno, Kendrick, Rosé, Sabrina Carpenter.
Very different artists.
Exactly. That mix isn't accidental. It shows the sheer breadth of what's successful right now. It's not one sound dominating. You've got established icons, hip-hop giants, global K-pop stars, digital-first breakouts.
The mosaic.
Totally. It mirrors how diverse audiences' tastes are now. The nomination list itself is proof that success comes in many forms and from many places.
And the new categories feed into that too, right?
Yeah.
Especially Best Country Artist.
Absolutely. That signals the breakdown of those old genre walls. It's the VMAs acknowledging that country isn't just country anymore. It's influencing pop. It's part of the mainstream dialogue.
It reflects how artists are blending sounds and how fans discover music now. Less by genre, more by vibe or algorithm maybe.
Precisely. It's about that fluidity. What used to be niche is now woven into the main fabric of pop culture.
And the gender-neutral categories? That feels like a direct reflection of broader societal shifts.
Huge reflection. It's the VMAs responding very visibly to calls for greater inclusivity and equity.
Moving beyond traditional labels.
Yeah. It's about recognizing talent on merit, trying to create a more equitable space, especially in an industry that's faced criticism on that front. It's a signal that they're trying to stay aligned with contemporary values.
So adapting to social change, not just music trends.
Right. Which is key for staying relevant to a modern audience that cares about these things.
And speaking of staying relevant, that multi-platform broadcast strategy,
Yeah.
CBS, MTV, Paramount Plus, Fiello, you said it's critical. Is this just the future for all big events like this?
Honestly, probably. Or some version of it. It's an adaptation for survival.
Because traditional TV audiences are shrinking.
Shrinking, shifting, especially younger viewers. Cable cutting is real. So award shows have to be where the people are.
On broadcast for the traditionalists, on cable for the existing base, and on streaming for the digital natives.
You got it. It's about meeting every segment of the potential audience on their preferred platform. It's not a choice anymore. It's a necessity for maximizing reach.
And that reach translates to bigger impact for the artists and the moments.
Absolutely. A performance goes viral on Paramount, plus Sly gets clipped on TikTok, discussed on X. Its life extends way beyond the live broadcast. It keeps the event culturally saturated. It's the blueprint for making sure people are still talking about you tomorrow.
Makes total sense. You have to be everywhere and feed every platform. So bringing it all together, why, after all these years, do the VMAs still feel significant? Why do we still talk about them so much?
Because ultimately, it's not just about who wins the award.
Right.
It's about the conversations they ignite, the debates, the celebrations, the analysis of what it all means. It's about the trends they spot, often being the first big show to really champion a new sound or visual style.
And the moments.
And the moments, those performances, those speeches, those weird interactions, the stuff that becomes legendary, gets memed, defines a pop culture minute. They create these shared reference points.
Snapshot of the pop pulse.
Exactly, a touchstone. They tell us something about our collective taste, where entertainment is going, maybe even who's going to stick around.
It's true. Those moments really do echo. So as we watch this year, or just follow the buzz, we should be looking for those deeper clues.
I think so. What subtle shifts are happening? What visual trends are popping up in the videos? Are the collaborations changing? Are fans engaging in new ways? The VMAs are like this living document of pop culture in motion. Always something to unpack.
Always something changing. Well, this has been an awesome look into the 2025 VMAs. We covered the big nominees, Gaga, Bruno, Kendrick, the exciting breakthroughs like Rosé and Sabrina Carpenter, those really interesting new gender-neutral categories.
Right, and how the whole structure, like the broadcast plan, is adapting.
Yeah, and how the fan reactions, the snubs like Addison Rae, the Britney rumors, how all that shapes the story just as much. It really shows how these events need that multi-platform presence now.
It definitely drives home that shows like the VMAs are more than just parties. They're these key cultural markers, giving us a real-time snapshot of what we're all listening to, watching, and talking about.
Where entertainment has been, and maybe where it's headed next.
Perfectly put. It's a fascinating glimpse.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks so much for unpacking all that with us. Next time on Trending Unpacked. Back on tour and ruling fandoms, Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl spectacle is redefining live music in 2025.